And remember, no one who has ever existed, has died. Not a single person who existed has died. Forbidden interview with Nikola Tesla, which was found 83 years later. Nikola Tesla was not only an outstanding engineer and physicist, but also a great intriguer and philosopher. Let's remember his father was a Christian Orthodox priest. To get funding for his experiments, he promised investors unimaginable things, from wireless electricity to teleportation. And yet, even though Tesla was a genius, nothing human was alien to him. He loved to speculate about higher matters, God, immortality, technologies, discoveries that would change the world. There is a very interesting interview with Tesla, which he gave to a journalist in 1930 at the age of 74. Tesla lived to be 86 years old. We don't presume to say that the date is correct, but the thoughts are interesting. In the last years of his life, the scientist talked a lot, and many people came to him for discussions. The journalist said, "Futurists say that the 20th and 21st centuries were born in the head of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla broke the atom for the first time in the laboratory. A weapon has been created that causes earthquake vibrations, black cosmic rays detected. He will be prayed to in the temple of the future because people have learned the great secret that epithocles elements, fire, water, earth, and air, can be full of life forces from the ethers." Tesla said, "Yes, these are some of my most important discoveries. I am a defeated man. I did not do everything I could." Journalist, "What, Mr. Tesla?" Tesla says, "I wanted to illuminate the whole world. There is enough electricity to create a second sun. Humanity is not ready for great and good things. In Colorado Springs, I saturated the ground with electricity. We can also use other energies such as positive psychic energy. It's found in the music of Bach and Mozart, or in the poems of great poets. Deep within the earth, there is an energy of joy, peace, and love. Their expressions are the flower that grows from earth, the food we receive from it, and everything that creates human nature. I have been searching for many years about how this energy can affect people. The beauty and smell of roses can be used as medicine, and the sun's rays as food. Life has an infinite number of forms, and it is the duty of scientists to find them in any form of matter. All I do is search for them. I know I won't find them, but I won't give up searching," he said. Tesla claims that invisible threads of as yet undiscovered energy literally permeates the entire universe. Needless to say, almost 100 years later, scientists will seriously talk about dark energy, which permeates the entire cosmos and affects gravity and the expansion of the universe. So Tesla was not far from the truth when he spoke about food of love, reason, and joy. The scientist was metaphorical, almost like a poet. And read on where Tesla talks about the nature of things. He said, "What earthly and unearthly energy is needed to feed the hungry on earth? What wine to water their thirst so that they can understand that they are gods?" And this is a direct allusion to the philosophy of Nietzsche, who wrote that someday man, this will already be a Superman, will kill God and take his place. Is there excess lighting in the universe? I discovered a star that, according to all astronomical and mathematical laws, can disappear. This star is in the galaxy. Its light can occur at a density that fits into a sphere smaller than an apple, which is heavier than our solar system. Religions and philosophies teach that man can become Christ, Buddha, and Zoroaster. What I'm trying to prove is wider and almost unattainable, Nikola Tesla said. Tesla touches on religions for a reason, since he believed that they were all invented by man and had no value on the scale of a universe. He's careful in his conclusions. After all, this is the beginning of the 20th century, he said, and at that time such a thing would never have been published and 100% prohibited. He said, "I know that gravity is all you need to fly, and my intention is not to create flying machines, but to teach people to restore consciousness on their wings. I'm trying to awaken the energy contained in the air. There are many sources of energy. What is considered empty space is merely a manifestation of matter that does not awaken. There is no empty space on this planet or in the universe. The black holes that astronomers talk about contain the most powerful sources of energy in life, he said. And then the journalist moves on to more mundane questions and asks him about his family home in his village of Smiljan, 4 miles from the city of Gospic, then the Austrian Empire. Tesla says that he chose a conscious path of solitude. He does not have children, a wife, or a beloved woman, and only in solitude does he comprehend the essence, since no one bothers him to observe the world and phenomena. And the journalist begins to ask more tricky questions. Journalist: your admirers complain that you are relative. It's strange that you say that matter has no energy, but then you say that everything is saturated with energy. How do you figure it out? Tesla: first there was energy and then matter. Matter is created from primordial and eternal energy, which we know as light. He shone, and stars, planet, man, and everything on earth and in this universe appeared. Of course, here he's referring to God. Matter is the expression of infinite forms of light because energy is older than that. And all living things are woven from the energy of light. And remember, not a single person who existed died because energy is eternal. In fact, Tesla's idea is far from new. Religions also say that at first there was nothing, but then everything came out of this nothing, like God is light, and this light that he carries and gives birth to all life on earth. It turns out that God is the energy that Tesla is talking about. He, God, is an unconscious creative force, and that there were already disagreements with religion. If this is so, then there is no karma, sins, or last judgment. God does not care who does what in the universe. It was created and then everything goes on without his participation. Tesla also talks a lot about the nature of death. In his opinion, it never existed. Everything in the universe is a transition from one state to another. That's the whole secret. You will never die because you were never born. You have always been in one state of energy or another. Journalist: a question that could have been asked at the beginning of this conversation. What was electricity to you, dear Mr. Tesla? Tesla: everything is electricity. First there was light, an infinite source from which material is released and distributed in all forms that represent the universe and the earth with all aspects of life. Black is the true face of light, but we don't see it. This is a wonderful grace to man and other beings. One of its particles has light, thermal, nuclear, radiation, chemical, mechanical, and unidentified energy. It is capable of controlling the Earth's orbit. And here Tesla is true to himself. Electricity was everything in his life. Journalist: what is the cosmic pain that you constantly talk about? Tesla: it's a disease that the vast majority of people do not know exists. Consequently, about many other diseases, suffering, evil, poverty, war, and everything else that makes human life absurd and terrible. This disease cannot be completely cured, but awareness should make it less difficult and dangerous. Whenever one of my near and dear ones was injured, I felt physical pain. This is because our bodies are made of similar material, and our soul is bound by unbreakable threads. The incomprehensible sadness that overwhelms us from time to time means that somewhere on the other side of this planet, a child or a good person has died. The disappearance of stars and the appearance of comets affect us more than we can imagine. The relationships between beings on Earth are even stronger because of our feelings and thoughts. The flower will be even more beautiful. These are the truths we must learn in order to be healed, he said. Of course, Tesla is not talking about superpowers or the power of thought, as some might think. He says that everything in this world is interconnected. Every action or even thought leads to a certain event that affects each other. Tesla sees the solution to many problems in the eradication of evil, but understands that human nature is incapable of doing this. That's how we are all made, and yet he sees the solution precisely in goodness, in not causing harm to anyone under any pretext. All wars, whether they are for truth or freedom, always lead to devastating consequences and shatter people's destinies. We must learn to resolve all conflicts without violence and aggression. This is important for the future of all humanity, since a new era of progress is just around the corner. The scientific and technological revolution of the 20th century is just the beginning compared to what awaits people in the 21st century. Tesla believed that thanks to science and new discoveries in the 21st century, humanity would be able to make a huge leap in all directions, from medicine to flights to other planets. Unfortunately, he was wrong about one thing. Aggression and wars have not decreased in our time, and the excuses for starting them are becoming more and more complicated and sophisticated. Tesla is a man of the world, and this is the future. This is on Solask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.